Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. So now it is official. Every single North American team has been eliminated from Worlds. All 10 NA teams and even 9 EU teams are in off-season mode. And we have heard a lot of different people around the scene saying that this has the potential to be the craziest and most insane off-season ever. Obviously, it's like October 17th. We haven't gotten a ton of off-season news just yet, but today we did get a very big story coming out that is really going to potentially shape the future of 100 Thieves in a lot of ways. But first, word from today's sponsor, which is Prize Picks. They are back once again, and today, October 18th, tonight, they have a really cool promotion going on. They're free square, where if Steph Curry scores 1 point, you are going to win. Now, obviously, you have to pair that up with another prop, but this is at least going to very greatly increase your chances of winning. So if you've ever considered joining Prize Picks, today is as good of a day as ever. Prize Picks has been so insane for me to work with. It has been so fun. They've been an amazing brand, and if you guys check them out, first link in the description below, where they're if you guys get signed up, start a new account, they're actually going to match your first deposit up to $100 as well. If you guys do check that out, it helps support me, my channel, and my content so much. So I think you guys should absolutely go check them out. This is daily fantasy made easy. All you gotta do is select over or under on player props, big payouts, 24/7 live support, and fast and secure withdrawals. Thank you so much to Prize Picks. Hopefully you guys check them out. With that being said, let's get right into today's video. Big news from 100 Thieves. We had this, obviously less than 24 hours ago. That's a wrap. Worlds 2022 to the teams, to our region, and most importantly, to this team. Thank you. We'll be back in no time. Obviously, 100 Thieves went 1-5 in the group stage, with their one win being over the Flying Oysters, and they had a loss to those same Flying Oysters as well. Kind of a disappointing season overall for 100 Thieves. Obviously, they did make it to, both LCS finals. They did fail to win a title, but it was that's still better than, a lot of teams. That's still very good overall, especially for one of these, newer age teams like 100 Thieves. But less than 24 hours after Worlds has ended, they are already making some changes, a legacy for the books. Today marks the last day of Papasmithy's contract and tenure as general manager of 100 Thieves League of Legends. Thanks for everything, Chris, and wishing you the best on your next chapter. Wow, this was quite a shock to me. I was really not ready for this. This was very surprising. So this was just interesting. Again, most players and coaching staff and all that stuff, their contracts do end as soon as, Worlds is done. That's when the offseason starts. So that's what they're saying here. And again, this isn't necessarily them firing Papasmithy or kicking him or whatever. I mean, it kind of is. But his contract is up, and they're just choosing not to renew. They are choosing to go in different directions. Now, again, this was interesting to me. It was a little bit shocking. I've obviously been very critical of 100 Thieves, and I've been critical of Papasmithy in the past. It's been a hard one for me because you have really high expectations for him, because he has come in and been pretty successful, and he's done a lot of cool things, and he has done some good things, but he's also done some weird things. He's done some bad things, and overall, I don't know. I haven't necessarily loved 100 Thieves' League of Legends strategy, especially in the past year. But like I said, this guy did win a title. He won an LCS championship for 100 Thieves, and especially in terms of newer orgs, that is not exactly easy to do. Now, I think there is a good and bad way you can look at this whole thing. Yes, he's made it to, I believe, 3 LCS finals. He's won a championship. He's, taken the team to Worlds a couple different times. But also at the same time, if you're like a Papasmithy hater or skeptic or critic or whatever, you could say, what has this guy really done anything that insane? Pretty much he was on one of the teams with money and resources able to sign away the Golden Guardians roster. Obviously, he got FBI, Huhi, and Closer from Golden Guardians. They already had Someday in place, and then they ended up pairing him with Abadage eventually as well. But the main core of this team, kind of got helped out by the whole COVID situation and Golden Guardians losing funding and all that, and Papasmithy was just there to scoop them up. Obviously, I don't think it was insane to see that the Golden Guardians roster was very talented, and a lot of people wanted them, but hey, some orgs had money for them, some orgs didn't. But yes, Papasmithy did still pull the trigger. And then from last season to this season, he just kept the team the same. They didn't do anything, and the results ended up being worse. Again, they won a championship in 2021. They didn't win any this year. They won 3 games at Worlds last year. They only won 1 game this year. So overall, his big decision was, hey, we're going to keep the team exactly the same, and it didn't exactly work out. He also had the idea to potentially run the 6-man roster in spring split with Tenacity in the top lane. That ultimately was, in my opinion, very, very, very poorly handled, and again, ultimately ended up being a failure. So it's not like Papasmithy's tenure with the 100 Thieves was all home runs, all successes. There was definitely big successes. There was definitely big failures. And I don't know. To me, like I said, I think there is a lot of good and bad to take from this, but I do think that Papasmithy is a good general manager. I think he is, seems like a really cool, good, interesting person. And I think wherever he ends up next is, they're going to be very, very lucky to have him. And I think he's going to learn from this. This was just his first kind of opportunity in this general managing position and everything like that. But where's 100 Thieves going to go from here? Again, the offseason is starting very, very soon. In some ways, the offseason is already underway, and you need to have somebody at the helm. You need to have a vision. You need to have an idea. You need to have a focus and goals for what you're about to get done. So I don't know. Does 100 Thieves have somebody lined up? Do they have somebody in place? Do they know what's going to be going on there? I don't know, but I hope for their sake they do, because this is going to be a very, very big and impactful offseason for them. Kind of interesting, actually, I would say very interesting. Here is the statement that Papasmithy himself put out. He said, "It has been an amazing journey over the past 3 years with 100 Thieves. After living and breathing League of Legends on the broadcast side for 6 years, I wanted an opportunity to start a program from scratch and get to truly experience what it meant to compete at the highest level. As a caster, you narrative wins and losses, you show respect to competitors and elevate their achievements as best you can, but the rush of designing the processes, hiring the staff and players, setting the team culture, and seeing it all unfold week to week is something impossible to distill in words. That's why it's so hard to believe that this 100 Thieves chapter has come to an end." So it sounds like Papasmithy, wasn't exactly looking to leave. It sounds like he wants to stay or wanted to stay. After multiple rounds of talks with management before Worlds, it was clear that the shared vision of the kind of League of Legends program we wanted to build together in 2019 no longer fit the goals and aspirations of 100 Thieves for 2023. So, at least in what Papasmithy's saying, it sounds like some things are changing at 100 Thieves. Does this mean the amount of money that they're going to be spending? Does this mean the goals that they have? Is this them changing in a potentially a negative way? Is that kind of what Papasmithy's hinting at here? I don't know. I don't want to reach too much. I don't want to speculate too much, but that's what it sounds like. Because, you assume Papasmithy's like, hey, I want to be a perennial winner. I want to have a good LCS team and a good academy team and keep this thing rolling and spend some money. I'm not sure really how else to take that. I don't know. Maybe if you guys have ideas of what Papasmithy could potentially mean, I would definitely love to hear it as well. Ultimately, this meant supporting our LCS team through Worlds and then going our separate ways. In competitive sports, you rarely are able to move on from a project with your head held high. In this case, an 18-month run of success with back-to-back-to-back finals appearances, delivering 100 Thieves their first ever LCS championship, and making it to the World Championship twice in a row. What I'm most proud of in my time at 100 Thieves is the depth of program we were able to build. We were able to be champions or finalists at the LCS Academy and amateur level in 2022, and I'm so proud in the 3 years of my tenure at 100 Thieves. 15 players who played in our amateur team and 100 Thieves Next made it to an academy team, and 14 players played for 100 Thieves Academy have played in the LCS. That's very, very cool. It was always a treat to see players at the LCS studio whose faces lit up seeing me and talking about how much they enjoyed their time with 100 Thieves. That stuff made my day just as much as any team win or achievement we were able to take down. There's too many people to thank by name in this one statement. Every single player, staff member, coach, or analyst who played a part in 100 Thieves, 100 Thieves Academy, 100 Thieves Next, every single org member who helped out the team or me personally as I matured in the GM role, and every single fan that cheered our players and teams. You all played a part in a wonderful 3 years I'll never forget. I'm on the lookout for my next big project in esports. Now, I don't know. That it doesn't necessarily sound like he's only looking for general managing jobs, but it doesn't sound like he's opposed to general managing jobs either. Who knows? But it does sound like he's still going to be sticking around esports. It sounds like he is still hungry, still wanting to go. He said, just like the last two, I'll put my head down, be humble, and work my way to the top or die trying. Isn't life boring any other way? Love you all. Chris Papasmithy Smith. Again, Papasmithy seems like a super, super cool, nice dude. It seems like he's done a lot of things the right way throughout his career. That doesn't mean that everything he's done has worked or that, he's only had great ideas. He is just, a dude at the end of the day, a human being, whatever. He's had some good ideas that have worked out. He's had some bad ideas that have failed, maybe some good ideas that have failed. Who knows? And like I said, I've been critical of him in the past, but overall, I think his tenure at 100 Thieves, the League of Legends team, was very, very successful. And I think he will probably be hard for them to replace, and I wonder who they're going to replace him with and what the direction for the team is going to be. I also wonder what is in store for Papasmithy. Right off the bat, coming to mind is like TSM, is a team like that going to hit him up and try and bring him on board for what they have going on? Does he even still want to be a GM? I don't know, but Papasmithy is obviously too big of a brand, too hot of a commodity to stay on the sidelines for very long, so I expect to see him back around before too long, but he's also a guy with a ton of international connections. We could very easily see him in the LEC, LCK, LPL, who knows, before way too long, so I do hope he stays around the LCS to some capacity, but we'll have to see how it goes. I don't know. Really, really disappointing and disastrous end of the year for 100 Thieves, which is ultimately, and I guess even before Worlds, had ultimately led to 100 Thieves and Papasmithy parting ways. Very interesting to see what is going to be in store for both these parties. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hope they catch you in the next one. Peace.